Welcome back to Blue's Garden, harvesting garlic scapes, and also making my garlic scape pesto. Last October, third week or so, I planted some hardneck garlic, and I planted two different varieties of hardneck garlic. I planted some in ground, and I planted some in some 25-gallon grow bags, fabric grow bags. We had a pretty, cover it up with some mulch. I used some straw mulch. And we had a fairly mild in terms of the temperature and the amount of snow we got. Winter, it was fine. Just a typical winter. This is March. You can see the garlic survived. Actually, all 12 of those cloves. Around the second week or so of June, I noticed that the garlic, healthy, very healthy, had these garlic scapes, which is this tall, skinny bit. Once it starts to curl, that's when you harvest it. You want to cut it off because that's actually the flower of the garlic, and you want the plant to send all its energy into the bulb and not waste it on sending energy to the flower and thus the seeds. So you want to cut these off once they start to curl, and that'll send a message to the plant to keep sending energy into the bulb and not waste it on a flower and some seeds. I cut a bunch of these off. I got another batch on the third week or so of June, about a week later. Cut them all off as close as you can down to where they come out of the big garlic leaves. Get down real low, cut it off, and save these all because these are actually great. You see this little bulb part here? That's the flower head. This part here, that's the flower head, will eventually become a big flower and some seeds, and you just want to cut it off so that it's not taking energy from the plant. Through the new trellis, which I posted a video of last week, compost pile, and right next to the compost pile is the in-ground garlic. Again, I had, in the third week, I had a bunch more little scapes that I will cut and use for making a pesto. Now, I have always been told you only cut them once they start to curl. Don't cut them when they're straight. I don't know the reasoning why, but since it worked for my grandfather and my mom, I will leave that one alone because it's straight, not curled yet. Get them inside. I gave them a little rinse. Give everything a nice rinse off. I will then go ahead and cut the flower heads off, those little bulbous flower bulb off. Take that part and toss it into my compost pile. And this is my little demo on how I end up making my pesto. I actually grabbed a bunch of basil leaves when I was outside. So if there's any woody bits at the very end where you cut it off, you can trim that off. I only found a few of them that had some woody bits on the end. Then I did a nice little dice of the garlic scapes. Those will go into my food processor. Then I will do a rough chop of the fresh basil leaves that I have. I will give this a pulser 4 pulses. Just some quick pulses till I get it all nice and ground down. I will add a little bit of olive oil in, just some drizzles in there. You don't want it too liquid yet. Get it all off the side so that you can get a nice consistency all throughout. And the goal is a paste. A pesto is a nice paste. I like to make sure that they are all consistently the same, garlic and basil and olive oil. Just down and add a little drop or two more of the olive oil to get it a nice liquid paste. Now the rest of dinner is going to take some fresh tomato, core them, I will then give this a rough cut chop. The tomato I will cut into bits. I will take the core, that center core, that rib in the middle, and put that into the compost bin as well. And then the rest of the tomato I will bake into some nice chunks. That basket will end up in the compost bin. I did a bunch of ravioli, 3 cheese, and then the larger ones actually have some sausage in them. This part goes very quickly. Boil them, strain them, and I put a little splash, a drizzle or so of some olive oil on once I first take them out and into my serving bowl. And I will just mix that up so there's a little coating, so they don't stick on the ravs. For anybody that cares, I did not go make my own fresh rav. And I will take the pesto, and I will scrape that out into my pasta, mix it up thoroughly. I will then add my chopped tomato in. Now, I don't put my pine nuts on until I toast them and put them on the table separately. This pasta the ravs will go right out as is in this bowl with the tomato and pesto on it. The pine nuts I toast up separately, and those go on the table. And then I dishes, let people put their own amounts on. We have a niece who's allergic to it, so we don't. And then I grate up fresh parm on. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me grow, and that helps you grow.